Welcome to Kung Fu Habit number 2. I'm not going to post this on Facebook, but if you're on Facebook and you want to see this, then here you are. Okay, so I was talking with a group on Facebook about weapons and guns and stuff like that. And I know this is going to sound fucked up with me wearing an army shirt and me being a veteran. But I honestly do not like guns. Awesome. I honestly don't like guns. Can't stand guns. Don't think that they're not necessary, but don't think that they are necessary. So let me put it the way I meant to say it. They're necessary in the right hands. Police officers, military men, people in the form of protection, or hunters who are hunting to eat. Otherwise, I don't think guns are actually a necessary evil, but at the same time, they do exist. So we're talking about guns and things, and we put out weapons. We were talking about it. They were showing them in the group, things like that. I want to tell a sad story about my uncle who slept with his handgun and wound up shooting himself in his sleep. Now, though he did not die from the bullet wound, he did die from infection, and this happened when I was like 8 or 9 years old. So, that being said, I've never really been that fond of guns. I've always thought guns were only made for cowards and cops until I joined the military, where guns are kind of part of your uniform, just like if you're a cop. However, the group went as far as to say, well, if you got a gun, you can't hurt me or whatever. And I told them, well, bullets tend to run out, and if you're not keeping track of your bullets and this guy you're shooting at has to be fast enough or wise enough to get out of the way and count your shots, because depending on who you're shooting, depending on what weapon you have, if you have a certain gun, a certain weapon, some weapons only carry 50 round clips. Most military class vehicles carry between 50 and 100 rounds. So you find somebody with an M4 and they got a military style clip with 50 to 100 rounds, you got a problem. Especially if it got a bunk stock and you can change it from automatic from semi-automatic to straight up automatic. And the automatic usually fires 4 or 5 rounds at a time. I did learn that while I was in the army. And it also depends on the weapon. Now, a weapon is only dangerous in the hands of somebody who actually knows how to use it and use it for good or bad purposes. A weapon becomes most deadly when it's in the hands of someone who has no business holding a weapon to begin with. That's pretty much the story of the video of why I don't support weapons. So the thing is, my uncle, he slept with his weapon. He slept with it every night under his pillow, and I don't know, maybe he pulled it out one night and rolled over top of it. I never really got the full story of it. I just know he shot himself in his sleep. He would die in less than a week or two from doing this due to infection in the hospital. At least that's the lie I've been told. I do not know if it's true or not, and as a 9-year-old or 8-year-old kid, it's kind of hard to remember that far back with things that don't really affect you directly. It did affect me indirectly because it was my uncle and I had to go to a funeral. We just buried his daddy 2 years before when I was like 6 years old or something like that. So, that being said, I'm not that fond of guns. They are sometimes a necessary evil, but it's all about perspective to see where you stand on that. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Be seeing you.